the guys up here have actually set another one for me so we can actually see how it progresses from the early stages right through to what they call flashover, which is when it becomes super hot and super dangerous. And I've just got to say, this experience has been one of the most amazing experiences I've ever had in my life. I think I have a much better understanding now of what it might be to be in a fire, although these are actually very minor fires. This is equivalent of a two-seater settee catching a flame and having to be put out, whereas of course in an entire house there's so much more combustible and the temperatures would be so much hotter. One of the things that we've just been discussing is the long-term effects of fighting structural fires, which is the fact that firefighters ingest many...
Coming up, sorry. Coming up.
Well, I've just been through a baptism of fire. I was in a controlled container fire just so that the people on the Senate committee could get a sense of what it might be like to be involved in a real fire, and it was, I know this word's overused, but it was actually awesome. It was extremely hot, it was rather frightening, even though we knew that we were being well looked after, and the flames licked along the top of the container towards the oxygen at the front, and at that point I really wondered if I was doing the right thing, but we got through safely, and it did give us all, I think, a real insight into the hazards that firefighters face every day. One of the things that people don't realise is that actually it's cancers from the particulates in the smoke that are ingested through firefighters' skin and that they can breathe in that are more of a hazard than the risk of burns. Obviously burns are uppermost in our minds, and it certainly was so hot that I was considering that as a possibility in there. But the bill that the Greens have introduced through Bandt to create a presumption that cancers that firefighters contract more commonly than the normal population is a really important step in recognising the real hazards that firefighters face. Earlier today, the Senate committee also had an opportunity to go through an absolutely smoke-filled house. And I think in some ways that was even more terrifying because there was just no way to see even a few centimetres in front of us. I must admit I clutched my helper quite a lot during that process because you stumble, you don't know what you're going to find, and even with the use of infrared cameras it was really difficult to find our way. We got through that, it was fairly claustrophobic, and we got out safely on the other side, but again that gave me a real sense of what firefighters face on behalf of the entire community every day of their working lives.